gettingcrafty.net. Let's see if this is working. It's been a hot minute since everything should be in alignment. And if you guys are joining me live, do me a favor. Can you give me a shout out where you're joining me from? Where you at? Where are you watching from? All of it. Oh, good. I see that we are showing up. That's awesome. I'm super excited. I hope to see you guys all here. Let's see. I'm going to double check that you guys can hear me because that's fun. Boop, 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 boop. So you guys, we are celebrating 20 years with Stampin' Up. That's 20 amazing years. I can't put into words. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. Let's see here. There we go. Make sure that you can hear me. Yep, I see that. Isn't that great? Sadly, I usually, there's a little smear or something underneath my eye. That's okay. That is okay, my friends. Facebook, let's check that. Make sure you guys are catching it and that you can hear me okay. So if you guys are catching that, I see that. Isn't that awesome. Sadly, I usually, there we go. It's a little shmia. Okay, so we're gonna come back to here and see if we can catch when you guys, Ina! Oh, you're so sweet. Hello, my love. I just love you so much. I'm grateful that you guys are here with me live. It feels like it's been, sure. I just dropped like a lot of stuff I wasn't supposed to. So we're getting out my box from Tiffany. As one of the top leaders in the company, they sent us this one year, where we were able to receive Tiffany champagne glasses. Let me grab one. Generally, we'll go and wash it afterwards. Isn't that sweet? A sweet little champagne glass. We're here to celebrate 20 amazing years of us getting together. If you guys don't know, Ina has been in my life forever, for over a decade. Ina, right? Because wasn't Arabella 2 when we got to know each other? I believe she was. Hi, Mary. I'm so glad you're here. As you guys are commenting, we will be pulling winners tonight. If all you have to do is pay for shipping, and I'll be sending out bundles. I'll be sending out stamp sets. Lindsay, nice to see you, sister. So I have a great story for you about Lindsay. Her mama, Laura, and I were good friends through Stampin' Up. Thank God I didn't do it over my stamping table. Laura's battle with cancer was how many years, Linz? How many years was your mama's battle with cancer? And no matter how sick Laura was, she was the kind of person that made cards and scrapbooks and gifts. There is something in my hair. What the heck? Probably paper products or glue. Quite honestly, it could be a DSP. So cheers to 20 years, my friends. Cheers to 20 years. Hi, Lindsay. Hi, Laura. Thank you. What a beautiful gift this is. Yeah, I think she was 2, and she's almost 15, Ina. So that's giving us a good 13 years of friendship. Ina would stalk my page on YouTube when I had little babies at home. And for a long time, she didn't comment, just so you guys know. Hi, Deb. Good to see you, sister. And one day I get a phone call because I'm heading to Oceanside, California. And this delightful woman asks me to come to her house because she's not far from there. And my husband's like, you're doing what while we're on vacation and leaving me with the kids? I said, yep, beep, beep, bye-bye. And I ran off and met this amazing woman. Her daughters and their grandkids came to just check me out because how dare somebody come into her mama's space. These little sweet little mama bears for there, and we've been friends ever since. She's one of my dearest. Congratulations on the 20. Thank you. I don't have lip stain on today, so you will see lipstick on my champagne glass, but isn't that delightful? A little Stampin' Up Tiffany glass. So many stories, so many amazing stories. Deb Fitzgerald's great. She will actually send me cards on the regular, no matter how crazy her life is, and they're always stunning. Ina's classy style. She's very minimalistic with like a pop of wow. I could tell you guys so many styles. And Lindsay is probably representing her mom was always over the top. Laura was always over the top. And I actually have art in my studio that Lindsay and Laura have picked out over the years and sent to me. I wear socks that have goats and coffee on them that were from Laura. We did trips together. It was just toast to heaven. Laura, we'll see you soon. And so we'll see you at some point. Maybe not soon, but maybe at some point. Thank you, Mary, so much for joining us. And of course, my dog's gonna hear Mom. on a live and decided to try talking to her from downstairs. So if you guys are hearing my dog, he's a Great Pyrenees mix and he is not quiet. No. I am not finished assembling our card. I mean, it's done, but it's not done. Do you know what I mean? I haven't finished decorating it. I was definitely a little ADHD up here. I started playing with stuff and putting things away. And then like time is like that little sand. It's just sand. It's just sand. But we have a really fun little card. We're going to be embracing the Boardwalk, a fun stamp set and paper because I love this paper, and we want a little dash and flash, but we're going to be doing a sweet little fun fold that is so easy, my friends, so easy that you can create this in a matter of moments. Now, one of my favorite memories is going to a Stampin' Up convention, and I would stay with my sister who lives in Utah, and my sister would take me and drop me off in Salt Lake City, and then she'd pick me up afterwards, and I was booked in time in between. So I would go there, stay with her, get myself acclimated to the area. She'd take me for the conventions or the events, and then she'd pick me up and I'd spend a few more days with her, kind of digesting everything I processed through Stampin' Up. And she helped me to pivot my business in ways that you guys can hardly imagine. Like, my sister is amazing. She's an author. She has a whole product line of healthy foods that are for people with special needs like mast cell, POTS, dysautonomia. She's just amazing, right? So some of my favorite memories were going, and actually my first ever, I'm going to give you guys a little trip down memory lane, is one of my first trips to a Stampin' Up convention. I took my newborn baby, my last baby. She's 14. I felt emboldened that I could leave the kids because the older ones were old enough to like not die if mom wasn't there. And I had girlfriends that were going to babysit them during the day, and dad only had to watch them at night. There was injuries, you guys, lots of injuries for my kids, and always under my husband's care. God bless him. God bless the man. I would get phone calls with children screaming, and he's like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, my friend Amber's the nurse that's watching them. She's a wound nurse. Just call her. And I'd hang up with him, call Amber, like, can you go attend to John? And she would. She'd jump and run and do it. And so, anyway, I have no idea. Oh, Arabella was, it was in June, so she would have been 2 months old. 2 months. And I went to my first Stampin' Up convention. I was overwhelmed, and a woman stood there, and she came in, and her baby was 2 hours old. Like, she'd left the hospital, put on the stuff, and showed up at the convention. Talk about crazy. She had no diapers. She was like, yeah, y'all. Like, probably not 2 hours, but days. However long it takes you to get out of a hospital back then was probably 2 days. So we're going to be embracing this. I have 2 Frenchies of the doggies. So, you know, dogs love to talk. And so anyway, but one of the reasons I'm bringing this up is my sister, I went for one of the Stampin' Up conventions, and I still have a packet of notes. And what it was there was a little piñata my sister had, and we all kind of like hit it, and it pumpled out candy, but there was these papers that came out, and there was everybody's favorite memory of Jamie. So my nieces, I could cry. Words of affirmation are my thing, I think. Anyway, I still carry that with me all the time. They're bright pink. They're in my battery bag. I've had the same battery bag and will never get rid of it because inside the front pouch is these notes from my sister. And she had like, everybody did 5. So my sister, my niece, and my nephew, my 2 nieces, my nephew, my brother-in-law, and she actually had a family friend come that had kind of been adopted in the family. And they all wrote these memories of me. And so anytime I'm blue or disappointed or sad or frustrated or like inner dialogue is garbage, because it can be, I will pull out these notes and just do a quick little review. And they've been loved over the years, and well over a decade. And so this card kind of reminds me that you can fill it up with lots of memories for people and gift them this tiny little book that is so easy to create. We're going to walk through how to do it. I will not be blogging it until tomorrow because I have a very busy life. It's just, I've been at so many doctor's appointments today. We were driving to our homeschool community day. You guys, the roads were so bad that I had to turn around and tell the people we couldn't come because I couldn't see the big rigs in front of me because the snow blowed in, which there was still supposed to be no snow all week. So my brother had a Great Pyrenees Golden mix, Deb, and I adore that. He's so sweet. He's a little ornery and he's very smart. This works. Hopefully it pops back up. There we go. Yay! Okay. I needed to put do not disturb, and I don't know if while I'm on the phone with you guys, and we're just gonna ignore all the phone calls. Dang on it. Anyway, so my Great Pyrenees can open doors, you guys. He is stealth at hiding, and he's huge. He's over 100 pounds, and floofy. He's floofy, and he will hide. And then when we close the kitchen door and put the towel in so he can't get it because it's a swinging door, he goes and eats everything on the counter. I have walked in to see this 100-pound dog on my island, like just enjoying a buffet of food. Usually gets my husband yelling. That's what it is. But we're going to embrace this love. Now, this is great because we're going to walk through step by step. It's one sheet of designer series paper, which is 12 by 12. You can put gift cards inside. You can put money. You can put memories. We're going to decorate one of these. Of course. It's about one of the repairs. Let's take a sip of our seltzer. Mine's just seltzer, but I'm craving hard stuff when I see the text come across that. We're going to ignore that. We're going to ignore it. Hold on. There we go. A little bubbly for our collection. Now, I'm going to walk you through. My table looks a mess because I was mid-creating. And so I figured you guys will understand because a crafter mess is just life as a crafter, right? Like it's just a thing that we get to enjoy. Great Pyrenees are amazing. You have to really research your dogs before you get them. And I did research this breed of dog. He's a Great Pyrenees, Burmese mountain dog combo. And so, yeah, he is basically a herding dog. Not hurting, H-E-A-R-H, yeah, right? Oh goodness. H-E-R-D-I-N-G, herding. Yes, I think. Ooh, now I don't know until I write it down. We are not going to judge dyslexia, Jamie. We're just not. And yes, I homeschool my kids. Don't judge. We're going to laugh. Okay, we're going to turn around and I'm going to show you guys how to create this in just a matter of minutes and then how to put it together and semi-decorate it because we're going to run out of time because I'm talking to you about all the amazing memories of 20 years with Stampin' Up. That being said, so you're going to be getting gifts. Today I'm going to be picking 3 different people to receive bundles in the mail. I will end up, so if you comment, I will go back and find the comments and I will pick a winner on all 3 categories. So there you go. Not categories, just 3 random people. And then you will receive a bundle in the mail at the end of the month. It will be a surprise bundle. Also, if you order with me January through the end of March, yes, through the end of March, I will be tripling your dollars. So every say $100 that you spend, you will receive a bonus box available with mystery that is $300 in that box on top of what you've already ordered. All you have to do is pay for shipping. And I will send it out priority mail. So there you go. They will be boxed up once a month. So Hilda loves dogs. Yes, I love a good dog. I love cats too. There was this weasel online and apparently they're brilliant animals, but my Sugar, who's a German Shepherd Lab mix, was known for killing squirrels. I cannot get a weasel in the house, but they are really cute. A specific weasel that's really smart. Yep. Don't get me started. I fall down the rabbit hole. I looked at a puppy last night. I do not need a puppy. My youngest, Ina, little Arabella, she wants a corgi so bad. And they're usually almost $1,000. There's a local corgi place that had a fresh litter and they were only $400 each. And she looked at me and she goes, the amount of yelling daddy does about Reese's, we need Reese's to calm down before we get a puppy, mom. I'm like... I'm not a small dog person and corgis are kind of small for me, but yeah. Oh, you're afraid of cats. My mom had feral cats and they can be a little vicious. I know many people that are afraid of dogs also. We do not treat our dogs like they are human, so they are often put away when guests are coming and going back and forth. When we have parties, when I have gatherings and family, my dogs go down into the basement into their crate and they have a nice bone for the time. I think that's kind of a good idea whenever you have any animals because you never know how it's going to make somebody else feel. That's just me. Cheers. 20 years. So if you guys have a memory of creating with me, whether it be online or in person, can you comment and let me know something that we could do? Even if it's just a few words, I bet you I can figure it out. I love being live with you guys. Deb is part of our Getting Crafty family, and I adore that. Ina has historically been. Lindsay and her mom, just that legacy of creating love. No matter how sick Laura was with cancer, she was making gifts for all the nurses and all of the aides and all of them, everybody. Just everybody. And I love that. I'm going to turn off my heater now that it's warmed up. It takes it a second to unwind. And we're going to turn the screen around and we're just going to create really quickly. Is that okay with you guys? Let's create. I just feel fancy. Look at my Manny. I'm just like, it's a little Valentine's-y Manny. And we're going to cheers it. Hello from Tennessee. Hi, Sheila. Oh, deathly afraid of cats. Oh, Hilda, that's awful. I'm so sorry. My husband's allergic, so I can't have them. And I would always say that I'm a short-haired dog person. Like, I like sleek-haired dogs. And this floofy one, there is so much hair. There's so much hair in a floofy dog. There is a hair on my lip that it takes a lot of cleaning. And there is a hair on my lip. Ah! Okay, we're fine. We're fine. No, I can feel it. You guys, that's awful. I hate that. I'm sorry that you're afraid of cats. You probably have a traumatic experience with it as well. Sheila, I'm so glad you're joining from Tennessee. If you guys can you like and share the video? Tell me what channel you're watching on so I know that you're hearing me okay. And if you have any memory of creating with me, if you've ever looked at my blog, if you've restocked my YouTube channel, Ina Bear and I have her name is Ina, you guys. She's always been my teddy bear of Ina. I squeeze her. I love Ina. I love her. She's petite. You do. Yeah, I bet you do, Hilda. And so she's my petite little Spitfire. She's my inspiration. You guys, friends that I've earned through Stampin' Up are the best part of this journey. So thank you all for joining me live. I am so, so grateful. Oh, I didn't share this. So let's go ahead. And if you guys didn't, will you join me and just share this video? Because sharing is caring. Pulling them up here. And we're going to, sharing is caring. I see, sharing the caring bear. And then every channel that you can give me a thumbs up, you can share. All of that is priceless, you guys. And it really is helpful. So thank you so, so much. Let me see. We're going back to my channel that monitors it. And we're going to start creating because this is a quick process. And I will have these measurements. But if you want to write these measurements down right now, I'm going to give them to you. Are you ready? Write down. You're going to need 3 lines to write down. Are you ready? 2, 6, 10. 2, 6, 10. The next line, I want you to write 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9. The next line, you're going to do 2.5 by 3.5. 2.5 by 3.5. And that top line, you're going to do an @ signal after the 2, 6, 10. And you're going to write 6-inch arrow 3-inch. Okay? I know. It's a little bit. You can play this again. This is not going anywhere. And I will get this on my blog tomorrow. But I have so much. If you guys don't know, the beginning of the year, at the Christmas Day, my aunt passed away. January 2nd was her memorial. It was a 12-hour day for the memorial, the viewings, the family gathering. And then the next day, my son was married. So we have had quite the season. We've had a big medical scare this last week with one of my children, and I am so grateful that we have an amazing support system. Yes, I'm putting my hair up because it makes it easier to bend over or turn over and look at what we're doing. Now we're going to create. Okay, let's take a peekaboo and see if you can see this. Awesome. I'm going to zoom in. Then we're going to grab a piece of designer series paper. Now I've already started in on this beautiful designer. Deb, I was drawn to your videos because of your enthusiasm, creativity, happy demeanor, and thoughtfulness. I couldn't help but join your team. I love you so much. That's like the girl. I have been at 2 doctors today having so many scary reactions, and then you give me that love. Thank you, Deb. I love you. So sweet. We're going to be creating, that's just words. Words are my thing. I love words. This is what we're going to create, my friends. I'm going to, hold on, we're gonna have to lower this so I can just see a little bit better. There we go. So we're gonna create this out of one sheet of paper. We're gonna have little pockets within, right there, and we can see where we stamped the wheel and the wagon, and this is just going to be easy. I did not finish embellishing it. I am so sorry, and we may not finish tonight. And I am pretty much always hyper a little bit. It's probably why Ina and I get along so well. Ina had broken a leg, you guys, and had it in a cast and was still going to her bar classes, her spin classes, because she's amazing. Now this paper is gorge. Look at these colors. If you know me, I love color. And so this reminds me of my time in California. Now today was negative something here in town. And if it wasn't for the blowing snow, I would have been fine. It was scary to drive and not see the road in front of you. Look at these paper colors. This one here, this is very coastal for what we had in California. The Ferris wheel was in Ventura, California, and you would sit right next to the palm trees and the ocean. And so this page, it doesn't even sparkle, but it makes me feel like it's sparkling, and I loves it. Now, this project, I would not pick one that has patterns this way, because you're going to see when I flip it what occurs. I did cut some of this apart, but you can see the back of it is right here. So we have our pieces, and we're going to use those measurements that I gave you. And so I'm going to tell you again as we're going, and you're going to understand why I had you write it down the way I did. Now, this is in that new catalog that is out right now, and it's this catalog here. You can see it online right there. It is awesome. I am so behind with everything that's been going on with my family's health that I did not send out any catalogs. You can see them online. That's kind of where we have to be for my life right now, and I'm thankful that you have so much love and patience for me. That's just it. That's it. I'm thankful for you. Now, we're going to grab this piece, and the reason I picked this is it's a neutral pattern. And this is the back side. And it's hard for me to know what side to pick as the outside and inside because they're so pretty. But I don't know. How do you pick? So you guys do me a favor. Tell me, do you want, we're going to call this clouds. Do you want the clouds for the outside and this flap, which is the pockets, or two bones in her foot? Please, God, no leg. Yes, Lord. Please protect Ina. No leg breaking, or me, or any of my children, or my husband, Ina, or Ina's husband. Gosh, I love that man too. Ina and her husband are something special, you guys. I'm just so grateful for that. But she was still at the spinning bar. And this is like a water reflection. So you guys tell me what you want. Just say water or clouds for the outside, which will actually also become the pocket. I know I still have your book Grit here, and you know what's funny is I've read parts of it, never finished all the way through. That is on my like high list to read right now. So there you go. And my table's a hot mess. Look at that video, y'all. Look at that video. And I just love having a champagne glass here on the table with you. Water. All right, Debs, you win. You're first. You get it. So what we're going to do, you guys, is the one that you want to be the outside and the flaps is going to be your 2, 6, 10. 2, 6, 10. All right, Hilda, you're good. I have the paper trimmer right here, but I'm not going to use that initially. I really like for projects like this, we are going to take this here, and we're going to very lightly, when you're using the Simply Scored, you don't want to push hard on designer series paper because it will tear. I know, amen. I pray for that same thing, Ina. I'm like, we are not, prayers work, y'all. Prayers work. We're going to go to 2, and we're going to lightly score 2. Remember, 6 and 10. Then we're going to turn it 180 degrees. Isn't that 180 degrees? I think it is. And we're going to go 3, 6, 9. And there's no alcohol in this, you guys. I haven't had alcohol. I don't drink alcohol very much anymore. I have a very tight method of eating for my diet. We're trying to really work on stuff. And so, yeah. Okay. So if you guys can see here, you should be able to see like the the clouds right there. This is here, and then you have the, so these are the 2 and 10. 2, 6, and 10. Okay, now we're getting this here. And we're going to go up to the, this is 3, 6, isn't that 3, 6, 9? Yes. So 3, yeah. Oh yeah, so 3, 6, 9, and that will take you to 12. We're going to take the paper trimmer up the center of number 6 right here. So sometimes you kind of, this is my secret. Where's my pencil? You guys, I have a little pencil, and I literally will take and go in a track and just, oops, that is not working. Usually I do it while it's on the thing there, on the Simply Scored. We're going to leave it. But I can just take this to 6, and I know where the 3-inch line is. We're going to use the trimmer, and we're going to go up, and there's a line in the middle of the trimmer piece right there, and we're going to go up and connect it to the 3. Just a smidge more. There you go. And you should have what kind of looks like walking legs. So I've described walking legs. That's how I see it when I make custom bags, but you should be able to see, like, it looks like little legs that are walking. Now we want the blue ocean or the blue water reflection to be our outside. So we're going to turn it over just like so. And we're going to tuck in the flap that's at 2 and 10, right? 2 and 10 are going to come inside like so. And you need a bone folder. So this is my bone folder right here. And we're going to come down. And so if you guys comment, tell me some of your favorite memories. What do you want to see creating in the future? I'm working really hard to come back to being live. I will be honest, it's really hard with everything that's on my page right now, on my plate right now. So I will try. I am trying so hard. But I do want to walk around and celebrate this, like our first quarter of 20 years together. And I'm trying to be intentional with it. Okay, so we fold it over, and you should have what looks like this, right? Do you see the happy little V right there? It's not, I have a screen protector and it's hard to read for me looking down on it. So there we go. And then we're going to take this here, and we're going to just kind of fold every one of those lines up, just like so. Okay. And I'm going to turn it over. We're going to fold it into that centerpiece that is already connected, and I like to use my finger, and then I'll go back and use the bone. So I feel like I can manipulate it a little bit more when I use my finger. And it's 8 o'clock. I'm supposed to be on my second live. We'll be okay because we're going to create together just a little bit. I'm just creating this part. I might make this into a faster video where I just don't chime away with my little talking. But you should see something like this. This is that piece that's connected, and you have what looks like your little flaps. Then we're just going to take and bone phone the heck out of it. Go in, catch every edge. Then we're going to lay it out. And if you wanted to, this is where you would stamp things. For example, this is that roller coaster, and I have some Memento ink pad, and we're going to come in. And when I use my photopolymer, I like to have a stamping pad underneath, a Pierce mat. And that helps the photopolymer to punch back just a smidge. And we're going to grab this here. And because this is going to be like the front flap, I'm going to make this one the roller coaster. And we're going to come in. It's as snug as a bug fit. But how fun is this? And we're going to give it a little push, a little rock, because we roll with it. Look how cute that little roller coaster is. And I've already die cut the Fresh Freesia here. I think that's the name of it. It tells you where I'm at. It tells you where I'm at, my friends. And I have it on a plate right here. We're just going to embellish this little roller cart, and it's going to pick up the colors in the background right there. If you guys are commenting, we have to get to a certain number before I give couple bundles away, and those will go out in the next week or so. I will message you and get your address to confirm and send it out. And we're just going to lay that over the stamped image to create that little fun roller coaster cars on there. And you can almost hear the screaming when you hear that, like the we're going to take that flap here. If you wanted to stamp any more on the pieces, that's where you would do it. You're going to take a very fine line, very fine, of the adhesive and just do a very fine. I'm almost squeezing and smearing it across so it doesn't like have too much of a seep, and I see that it does. This is where I would usually have my chamois like wet so I can do it, but I knew I had to go live and there was no getting downstairs. So then we have this down here, and this is going to be the back flap because it's going to go like this, right? So we can, again, if we wanted to, just do another one of these roller coasters or another image of the palm trees, or I've already done the die cutting. So I have this little palm tree here. Ooh, I see a schmear there. That must be because it's on my finger. Today's schmear is my favorite word. What the heck? What the heck, Jamie? Now, you can put a gold treat and it's fine, but I'm going to tell you a little secret. Just don't do it. Instead, take a little black extra die cut piece or white and just a little bit of adhesive. Then you take that palm tree and you off center it just a smidge. Just a smidge. Here, you just want the shadow to peek through ever so slightly. So now that gold has a black shadow like that. And then maybe I'll put that one over here. And then we have the full-sized one like so. And then the size, I told you the 2.5 by 3.5 are the little pocket pages that can go inside of these pockets. So very easy to do. And then you can embellish those. And that designer series paper has these little tickets, and you can use the ticket cut to cut them out. And it feels textured like a ticket. We're just going to decorate just a smidge, just a little bit, my friends, just a little. How is Stoozy doing, Ina? Tell him I said hi. I need to head out your guys' way. We are doing a cruise to Alaska in this summer, and I'm excited about that. We have 2 connecting balcony suites, so that's going to be really cool. If you guys ever, a trip I would recommend is Alaska. It's one I would go back to over and over again. So we have these little palm trees that kind of were pretty on their own, but then they really stand out the more you add. It does, right? This is really cute, and it does embrace, like, it's cold outside, my friends, here in Indiana, but my friends in California are living la vida. They are enjoying life, and it is not cold for them. And so this is a toast to all of those ladies that know the life. And so we're going to grab Enjoy the Ride. That is super cute, right? And then you could pick a color. Just because I have Memento on the table, I'm going to slap down a little Enjoy the Ride on the ticket, and it has texture. It has a little perforated texture, and I cut out the designer series paper, and it did not require me to do anything fancy, right? You can put it on to, well, here, we need to put this, Jamie's running ahead. And I'm trying not to get my arm in the sleeve of the ink pad. Again, the adhesive, y'all, where'd it go? There we go. You have to laugh. The same sentence, I'll say y'all, and then I'll say schmear. I just love it. I was speaking at we had to do an emergency optometrist appointment. One of my girls lost their vision this last week. And they're getting it back slowly, but whew, is it scary. And so we had an emergency optometrist appointment today, and he was from Iran. And so we were talking about like the different pronunciations of things and the languages, and my daughters and my passion of language, that kind of thing. It was pretty cool. It's a pretty cool thing. Now, that one piece that connects that we did not cut, take the adhesive, and we're just going to, and I'm going to draw a picture of like step by step, and I'll do a video this week of this one for you guys if it all works out, and post it with step by step. Otherwise, you can just come back. It's just that one piece that connected here. You want to make sure that you kind of give it a little tuck and groove. And the woman in his office, she was so stinking sweet. She was like, her granddaughter is half Polish. And so she took to learning Polish to be able to communicate with her son-in-law and surprise her granddaughter. How cool is that? I just love that so much. We're going to come down here. Now, this palm tree here is going to be taller than, I don't know why I just closed that, but I did. It's going to be taller than here. You don't need to over decorate these things, my friends. You really don't. And then we have this little palm tree. And this is a project, go ahead and play with something that's got a lot of little die cuts. But I think if you have a paper, like a designer series paper that really speaks to you, this is a great project for that. Right? You can then stick these little note cards inside, and it is open in between, and I'm not sad about that. I really am not. And that's another reason why you want to make it really tight to the end so that you can put cards in and out. And we have all of these different areas. Now, what I would do is take an embossing buddy. It comes with our embossing toolkit, and I would go over everything so that it catches any adhesive, catches any adhesive, and it prevents it from staying adhesive-y. That's the terminology, guys. Adhesive-y. Repeat with, no, don't repeat that. Debbie Peters, hello, sister. Okay, so we have little pocket cards. We're going to put this together at the end very quickly. And then I have a second live that I'm going to be doing on the Getting Crafty family page, where I have another really cute little fun fold card for them and a very special announcement for them. Keep up. Stampin' Up's got some great things coming your way. And here we've put pockets inside of each one. And then you can take things like Enjoy the Ride, and it can be the top of the card. It can be at an angle, right? You could do something like this where, let's just see if we can just put like a little bit right in that area. We're going to take that little pocket card and we're going to tuck this down. You want to make sure that you can close the page. Enjoy the ride. And then when you pull it out, look at that cute card. Is that not the cutest thing ever, my friends? And just think, like, this is just a little strip of all the different tags, and it has the cutest little greetings on here. I'm looking for the stamp set. Oh, it's right here. But it's easier to show you the picture, which is in my hand. Huh. Okay, so we have Celebrate, Hey Sunshine, Enjoy the Ride, and Happy Birthday. We have all these stamp sets, and you have a huge collection of dies, which I have sitting over here. But of course, I'm not going to get them all done. Okay, so we're going to take this, and this is the outside. It's going to look like a book, right? We have this one here, and we have a little Ferris wheel. We have the little cards. It is not finished being done on the inside. This is more of, it reminds me of the old, like, memory keeping days where I would spend time kind of mulling how projects came together. Now, this is what I did. These are just some of the dies. And I'm just going to grab that Ferris wheel. And I wanted to show you a little idea with your Ferris wheel pieces. These little pieces, don't get rid of them if you do them in gold foil, because if you can put it on there, if you can place it, and it'll look like a sunburst on one of your pages, right? That would be really fun. Anytime I can use die cuts up that don't have funky shapes, like the top portions are funky, right? But like the little ones are not. And then use your take your pick tool. I have no idea why my mouse is moving. Deb, I'm so glad that you guys are here. And Ina, I just love you so much. I need to convince you to come out and visit me from Indiana. To Indiana. So we have a black Ferris wheel. We have gold Ferris wheels. We have stars. I'm just not going to play with them all right now because I'm out of time. But again, just like I did with the other Ferris wheel. You could either do just a solid black Ferris wheel with palm trees before it or behind it, right? I think it's too muddled. Nope. But you could just offset this just down a smidge. You just want to stay kind of where it shows like the same off center. And that's basically looking for a form of light. Do a little bit of adhesive, put it on, and put that in your front. That would be really pretty. Now, we have all these open pieces. You don't want the open pieces, sisters. So what we're going to do, this is very simple, believe it or not. I think it's my talking that's made it more complicated if you're finding it complicated. Comment and let me know if you're totally vibing along with us. Are you understanding what we're doing? Also, when I'm applying the adhesive, I'm not taking it so hard to the edge because there will be a little bit of a push when you put it down. So we're just going to kind of every other, put it in there like that. And you want to give it a nice like rub. Are you vibing on this? Are you getting it? Okay. So this is our project. If I were to put the Ferris wheel on the outside, it would look kind of like this with maybe a greeting behind it, like a really pretty little, actually, I think I need contrast if I did that. Like a little ticket. You know, you could have fun with how you build this. This is kind of mixed media. You're going to keep layering it if you're like myself. And then you would open it up and there's all these notes. Now, I'm telling you, even knowing that these birthday words are in there from my sister when I had visited her that year for my birthday, just carrying those words with me are something powerful. And I'm going to tell you a little secret. Hi. We're going to come up. Oh! Do not judge my studio. Okay, so my aunt passed away on Christmas Day, and she was quite beloved. She had, was it 37 grandkids, I believe? So this is the little card. This is our little Ferris wheel, our little roller coaster. It's our little ticket card on the inside, and you can really just decorate and decorate and decorate. How sweet is that? But one thing she was really good at, I miss you truly too, sister. But my aunt was really, she was very frugal. My aunt was very frugal. And they raised 9 children on a college professor's, not a Harvard college professor, like a regular college professor, budget. And so she would write letters and memories as their gifts for their grandkids and their kids. They would say a little note she would send would be like just covering memories of them for the last year that she'd gone out to see all of her different children and their children. And she would say, you know, I really just loved our time when we walked along the beach, and just the memories. And everybody kept them. Your words will live on after you're gone. Whether it's something that people remember because you said it to them, or it's a note that you wrote. One of the things I love is that my grandparents have gone on, but I have their letters. I have my grandpa's Bible. I have a very brief one note from my dad. It was on his work notepad about you're legal, don't get in trouble, happy 18th birthday, you can sleep in an hour, I love you, Dad. That's the only note I ever got from him. But it's in my yearbook from high school. And so take the pictures with people, write the notes, because life is really short and it flies by so fast. I can't believe it's been 20 years that I've been with Stampin' Up and it part of your guys' journey. So thank you so much for putting up with my weird live tonight and this really fun and funky little card. But I think that it's just such an easy way to wow somebody with a great gift of words of affirmation. Put scriptures, put inspirational words, put jokes inside. And what a beautiful gift it would be for a gift, a wedding, a retirement, a just because, or, ooh, my daughter's graduating this year, a great graduation idea. And so, I know, huh, Debbie? Uh, anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me and being part of this 20-year journey. I will see you guys live. I will try to get this up in a more detailed post and video this week for you. Life is short and precious, and I hope that you know that people love you and that you're special and that God placed you where you are supposed to be for a reason. Cheers. Thank you for 20 beautiful years.